I want to start this video by saying that I only began watching football, and here I mean soccer, a few years ago, and my knowledge is limited on the finer points of the sport. I understand enough to watch and enjoy a game, and I'm not going to say what team I follow because last thing I need is for you guys to have another reason to tear into me in the comments. That said, I was a mix of hyped and skeptical when Freestyle football found its way onto my desk. I've never played a Freestyle series game and wasn't sure what I was in for. Needless to say, I wasn't that disappointed. I'm Colton from MMOHuts.com, and here's our first look at Freestyle football. Freestyle football is a soccer MMO, which feels weird to say. This almost unlikely combination of things harkens back to our first look at Winning Putt Online, two things that on paper would seem difficult to combine but end up working well together. The game is simple enough. You make characters under one of three different classes, each with their own skill sets. You have defensive players, your strikers, and your midfielders. You customize their appearance and maybe even do what I did where you accidentally make a dead ringer for Fei Long from Street Fighter 4. There are a decent amount of options when building your character and a ton more purchasable accessories to make your character look how you want. From there, you can jump into practice matches or matches against real players. The gameplay is smooth enough for the most part. The movement at times can feel a little bit clunky or snappy rather than fluid, but my character is also only level 4 or 5, so stat increases down the line might improve this. I also noticed that it got better when playing with a controller, so definitely do that. Don't settle for a keyboard. You have two different types of tackles, a standing tackle and a sliding tackle, a few different types of passes, and a shot button. Aside from that, the world is your oyster. The character has stats that you can spend points you win to increase after you hit level 10. There are items that can increase your stats as well, but we'll get to those in a moment. The shooting and passing feel snappy and accurate. There's an element of skill involved too. You have to choose the right pass for the right situation. You also have to put just the right amount of power on it or you'll over or undershoot. Same for shooting at the goal. The shooting mechanic is actually pretty easy to mess up in the heat of the moment. Put just a fraction too much pressure on that button or hold it for just a millisecond too long and it could be enough to power the ball straight over the goal and into the crowd. Still, I have to say, every time my team made a goal, whether I assisted the goal or not, I popped out of my chair a little bit. It was exhilarating. When I made my first goal in the game, I legit shouted at the top of my lungs. I was so hyped. The crowd cheering and chanting sounds a lot better than most sports games I've played too, so that's a huge plus. It really adds to those critical moments. The game does feature an in-game cash shop though, and this is my point of contention with it. You can buy items and pre-made characters with real-world currency, and that's it. I couldn't find a way to buy items with points, the in-game currency. Even when I searched the store for items available for purchase with just points, there were none listed. This wouldn't normally be a problem, but the items increase your character's stats so it's possible to spend money to gain an advantage. The pricing on the real-world currency is 1 coin to 1 US cent, so 1,000 coins would be 10 US dollars. Most of the stuff in the shop is pretty expensive to boot. The Sailor Moon outfit, for just the outfit and the shoes, will cost you $5. New characters cost $39. Talk about a price gouge. You can even buy points, which are the currency you win from playing the game. You need points to upgrade stats and buy new skills for your player, so if you want to rush training and boost your character even more, just drop a bunch of cash on points. With that said, I played a bunch of matches where people on the other team had a bunch of items on their characters, and we still played to a draw or held a lead for the entire match. So your ability to play as a team and make good decisions will still be a factor. The shop only really seemed like a huge negative when you examine what it does and what you can get. When I was playing actual matches, I was still having fun. The fact that real-world money can get you an advantage over free players definitely seems like a huge negative. All in all, Freestyle football is a straightforward and incredibly fun soccer game that, despite the pay-to-win nature of its store, kept me coming back to play a few more matches even after I finished recording. The only major drawback is the cash shop, which screams pay-to-win at the top of its lungs. Even still, I think if you enjoy soccer, you should give this one a go. Just be prepared for the occasional squad of people all decked out in the exact same items head to toe that run roughshod over you. I give Freestyle football for the PC a steroids at the concession stand out of 10. Well, That's all for today. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and keep it locked on MMOHuts.com for all the latest gaming news and reviews.